Hey everyone. Oh, good morning. How are you? This is Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue here for Friday morning Cricut Chat. I'm hoping to get a few people to join me as we talk about stickers again. And these are Cricketeer or maker stickers that I found a while back that I wanted to show you because they're really fun. And also wanted to talk a little bit about sticker material like sticker paper and what else you can do with flattened images. And then remind you also that, let's see, I'll tell you a little bit about this card exchange. I'm going to get more information about it, but there's a card making endeavor through Cricut, but someone in our group emailed me last night saying that they would love it if they could be part of a holiday card exchange. So I like the idea. I've been part of holiday card exchanges for a long time, and with my corgi friends, but I thought maybe we could come up with a list of people. It would be I think we'd probably have to set up a separate group so that not everybody sees like addresses, and we could keep an Excel file or like some sort of database with the address. Hi, Babs. Hi, Dardell. Hi, Dardell. How are you? Nice to see you. So yeah, I wanted to hear if you guys would be interested in doing a holiday card exchange. And I was thinking I'm trying to remember who gave me that idea. I think it was Shelly, because she doesn't have a whole lot of people to send cards to. And here we are making all these cards, and was wondering if anybody, oh, you do, Mary? Mary has a corgi too. So yeah, it was you, Shelly. Okay. So Shelly mentioned that she doesn't have a whole lot of people to send holiday cards to, but she likes making the cards. And so I was thinking what we could do, at least for this year, is we could do a little group that you can sign up for, and give me your name and address, and I'll put together a list of everybody that is participating. And the way that we've done this before is you should not feel obligated to send to everyone. Just as many as you can, because with the corgi list, it started off fairly small and then it ended up in the hundreds. And people were like, gosh, the postage alone is costing me a lot. So, okay, it sounds like I'm getting some feedback that you guys would be interested in that. So that's great. We can set it up. I'll set it up this afternoon, and I'll invite you. I'll make sure I post on my regular page, but I think I'll make it a separate group, okay? And then, don't feel obligated to send to everyone. If you only have enough money to send postage for, 10 or 5 or whatever it may be, just pick 10 or 5 people, 5 or 10 people that you have connected with. And that will be great. And then and then we could do on this, sorry, I think I got a little blip on my internet. Seems to happen late in the week when that happens. But anyway, so people could take pictures of the cards that they received. That's what we used to do with the corgi group too. So anyway, there's that. And then there's also a Cricut card making endeavor that I'm going to research a little bit more and tell you about. Now, tomorrow night, okay, Shelly with the Y doesn't have many people either. All right, so this will be fun. And then you'll get, like a few cards from different people. You can kind of connect. And I think that's really in keeping with what we're trying to do here with Cricut Chat. And I think that would be fun. All righty. I'm glad to hear that feedback. Now, tomorrow night, we're going to be doing some holiday cards. I think I'm just going to use it as a jumping off point for starting to make holiday cards and holiday crafts, because let me tell you, if you don't know this already, there are literally dozens of Christmas, holiday, winter, Hanukkah, not too many in Hanukkah, but there's dozens of holiday cards in Cricut Design Space. And so I'm going to probably pick like 4 or 5 and show you where to look for them. And then we can, you don't have to participate in that. It's okay. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. So in terms of holiday cards, I will be doing, starting on Saturday. I'm not going to be able to get through all of the holiday cards. And if I find one that's in particularly, really popular, I'll probably go over it. Now, we did have a Christmas in July, and I did show you a few cards there, and I wanted to show 1 or 2 of them again because they were so popular. So I might repeat those as well. But we're going to start off with our holiday, winter, Christmas, New Year, whatever card, starting off with that this Saturday, and then we'll continue on until we get close to the holiday. So I hope you're all on board with that. And then starting next week, I will keep doing like a little bit of Thanksgiving. There's a trifold card from Dreaming Tree that I want to do that has turkeys, and it's really cute. And then there are a couple of box cards from Mary at SVG Cuts that I want to do as well. So that's my plan so far. That's my plan for the upcoming days. So anyway, let's get to good morning to everyone. So let's get to these stickers. A couple of years ago, I think it was 2018. It seems like it was longer, but they had at Cricut in Salt Lake City. They had what they called the Cricut Mountain Make-a-thon. And it was really fun, but I think it was a big task to get people, and people had to pay. It wasn't that expensive, and I'm sure it didn't cover all of their expenses, but people went to Salt Lake City, and for a certain amount they got fed, and then they went to these workshops, and they had like a morning program, and the CEO was there and everything, and I was asked to be a presenter there. It was a lot of fun. It was just really cool to meet some people. I have some friends that I've met along the way from there that I feel very close to over here on the East Coast. But one of the things that they did was they gave us all these they gave us presentation badges. So there's me, presentation badge. That's Monday, right, Leilani? That's Monday, right? Thanksgiving Day for Canadians. Maybe we should do the, Monday is our maker. What? Okay. I'm sort of thinking. Okay. So anyway, back to this. So anyway, they gave us these pins, which I thought were so cute, right? Look at this one. I guess Salt Lake City is known as the Beehive, or maybe Utah is known as the Beehive State. And there were all these really fun crafting enameled pins, which I guess are really popular, especially among the kiddies. Be amazing. That was the theme. This was a button that they made, but I love these ones. I'd rather be crafting, and yeah, it would be nice to get back to them. Look at this one with the Cricut cutie in green. So anyway, when I got back from there, I was thinking, boy, I would really love to be able to recreate these. Maybe not so much. It is the Beehive State. Okay, thanks, Annette. You live in Utah, and Annette says that Utah is the Beehive state. So they had the Beehive, and then they had a number of other things. So when I got back, I was like, wow, I really like those pins, and a couple of them. I think I got one that I lost along the way. I think it was the Today Cricut one. I think that's the one I lost. And I ended up with 2 of the I'd rather be crafting. So anyway, along, after that, along the way, I noticed that there were these great images in Cricut Design Space that you could use either to make pins, or to make stickers. And stickers are really, really big right now with a lot of people, and they want to know, can I use my Cricut to make stickers? And the answer is, yeah, absolutely, you can. And I know we've been every once in a while, I've been showing you how to do print then cut, and that's what these are, print then cut. Now, I will tell you that they didn't start off as print then cut, so I want to show you, in case you see something that you just sort of, the narwhal is my spirit animal, and I want to cut him out, and have him be, and I don't want to do print then cut or whatever. There's mermaids, there's hedgehogs, there's even some sewing ones, and there's a kitty cat, and all kinds of different things. So I want to show you where you can find these. And actually, there's ones that are outlined, so I suppose you could print them, or you could cut them out. Sorry. The mailman came early today. So you could use your pens to draw them out as well. So I wanted to show you where to find them. So let's get started. Oh yeah, Xeron would work. Now I think you could probably print these out on cardstock and maybe put pin backs on them. And if you probably would have to do something to the top of them, like, to cover them. If you wanted to make pins out of them, you could certainly do that. And these are just, stickers. I didn't go all the way through with a pin idea, but I remember a woman who used to take stamps and turn them into pins, and they were really cute. And she had some sort of a shellac on the top of it so it wouldn't get ruined. All right, let me show you. You're sewer too. Okay, Lori. So there's some here for seamstresses and people who use just everything, pans and all this different stuff, painters and stuff. So let's go to I'm gonna just not erase, but I'm just going to hide these. Let's go to images. We're going to go to my favorite place, which is image sets. And that's on, in case you didn't see that or you didn't know about it, but it's on the highlighted categories right there, image sets. And what that is a culmination of all of the images in categories based on sets, and it's based on these cartridges that they used to run the machine. So if you are somebody who's been with Cricut for a while, you know about the cartridges. So that's these used to be the cartridges, but now they're the image sets. So to find these, we're going to search the image set names, and we're going to use the word maker. Or actually, I think I used makers. And I came up with this grouping. It's actually 158 images in here. It's called Makers Gonna Make. But you also might want to look here. There are some other things here that you might be interested in, including these badges, which are let me just go in there. So there's all these different things for knitting, sewing, needlework, handmade, stuff like that. So those are really fun too. But under Maker's Going to Make, there's 158 images. Some of them are colored in and some of them are just the black there. So I think that for these ones here, the just black and white ones, they'd be great for, coloring in, or maybe doing some, if you like to do watercolor drawings or something like that. Or some people just like that outline. But they've taken all of these images, like, look, there's one of the Maker machine. And I don't know if they have one for the Explorer, but So, you can probably pull these in and do whatever it is. I just love them. They've added to it. And these weren't all the pins that were available. There's a couple. There's a watercolor set. And look at the ice cream cone and the cactus. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick a few. I'm just going to look at the beehive. So there's the beehive and the honeycomb. Maker's gonna make. And let's see what else. You got this. I don't know. They're just really cute. There's a mermaid. And of course, we can't forget our little Cricut cutie, right? So we're going to pull them into our canvas. And we have to let's see, flatten these, and we also have to make them a size that is normal for stickers. What I found was that most of these come in at about 3 inches. So it's either the height or the width are like 3 inches, which is nice for a card, but for cutting out on these, I think it's too big, and I wasn't able to squish as many as I wanted to, okay, on there. So there's that. Like, and this one here, where is this? This one's actually 5 inches, and so they're really big. So the first thing that we're going to do probably is to flatten these images. Now, this is something we don't do all the time, so I want to just remind you of it. Flatten is a kind of tool that you can use to make printed items. What it basically does is, when you're cutting something out. So let's take this little guy here. When you were cutting him out, or if you're cutting him out, you would get, let's ungroup. I don't know if it will ungroup. Yeah, ungroup this. And you would have his white eyes, and then the green outline, and sort of a gray, and then another green piece here, and then black going here, right? So normally what you would do is you would be cutting out all of these separately. And this is something that the Cricut does really well, and you've done it, but sometimes you get really small and the details become a little overwhelming. So there is that. But if you want to just have them print out like one image, then you do need a printer. People ask, what's the best printer? To be honest, you guys know how frugal I am. So I have been using the same printer for about 4 years now. It's an HP Envy that I got at a Black Friday event at Walmart, and I think I paid $50 for it. And these print and cut do use ink, and if ink's an issue, there is something with HP called Instant Ink, where they send you the ink they sort of monitor how much ink you use, and they send you I think that's a great deal, because it doesn't like I think it's sort of, for me, it's cost effective, but that's up to you. If you want to do a big tank printer, like there's some Echo Tank printers that are really good too. And so it really kind of doesn't matter, except that it's an inkjet printer. Okay, so there's that. Now you have to also consider what you're going to print on. There are a couple of products that are available from Cricut, and there are also products available from other people. And so let's talk about the Cricut one. So Cricut has this printable sticker paper, which when I found it, I was like, oh, I'm so happy about this. But what I found, and I've heard from a lot of people, is that it's just way, way too thick, and it has a problem going through the printer. And I did, okay, so Leilani has done the HP Instant Ink, I think they call it. So this particular paper is called Printable Sticker Paper from Cricut. is way too thick. I mean, I think you could probably use it for another purpose, but going through the printer, I've heard overwhelmingly that this is probably not something that will go through, unless you can do like one at a time cutting and pass it through. Probably not the best sticker paper to use. But Cricut does have this, which is printable vinyl. Okay. And so this is for print then cut. It's substantially less thick like this. And it's basically vinyl. So I know stickers generally are paper, but it's vinyl. And so the vinyl is like, it's not going to rip like a sticker does. So here's a sticker. Okay. And so this is a good option, is printable vinyl. They do also have, I'm not sure if Cricut still has it, but they do also have printable iron-on or HTV, as some people call it. I have not tried it. I did get some in the mail from Amazon, and it was a colossal mess, so I haven't been able to show you that. But what I did find is this company called Online Labels, which I used to use all the time when I had a business, a soap making business, onlinelabels.com. Another good one is Avery. You can find those in Staples and let's see what else, Walmart, I think maybe even Target. But this Online Labels, their price is amazing. I got this 100 sheets of matte sticker paper. It's thick enough. You can see me. Oh, replying to Don. Okay, it's thick enough that it is, you're able to put it through, it's thin enough to go through your machine, but it's thick enough to make it feel substantial as a sticker. It also comes in glossy, and there are several other kind of options. Their shipping is really fabulous, and if you join their newsletter, they often will offer you like $10 off of there's no minimum charge, but like $10 off a $25 order. And I've been using these guys for years. So this is actually a full sheet. Let me see. It's an 8.5 by 11 standard white matte full sheet, and it was 100 sheets that I got. And you can buy different size labels and everything, but this is the one that you want if you want to do print then cut with your Cricut and your home printer. Okay. So that's all you need. Plus, it's helpful to have your Cricut that does print and cut. So what that means is if you have a Joy, you cannot do print and cut, I'm afraid. But you could still, if you have a printer, you could certainly do printed stickers, but you'd have to cut around those, okay? Or you could cut them out so that they're layers and then hand piece them together. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to flatten all of these images. And I'm just going to start off here. And you'll notice that they sort of get like a little more muted color. And oops, I got to get this guy all together, right? Let me just put him back and group him back. And then you're just going to flattens over here on the bottom, right here. So we're going to just flatten him and all the rest of them so that they are now one layer. Okay. Now, one thing to note is that you can unflatten images, so you don't feel like it's sort of something that you're stuck with if you decide, you know what, I want to do layers, kind of like what we did with the haunted house, right? We did this in both a print and cut, and we did it in the cutting out part, and we did this in the print and cut and a drawing part. So you've got some options here. But if you want to do the print and cut, they have to be flattened. So I'm just going around and flattening all of these images, and you notice they change slightly. Now, one thing I will mention, especially as I'm doing that backpack, is, hold on. The way the print and cut works is any spaces, like right here within the backpack, that where the shoulder straps are, that's going to actually cut out. So when it's not just going to cut out around, it's going to cut those blank spaces as well. So also here with the mermaid, this part here that is within her tail, that little space, it's actually going to cut out using your Cricut. And that may or may not be an effect that you want. Here's another one near these handbags or whatever. Now, some people who have been doing print and cut get a little confused because they have something that is, say, a saying, and they flatten it and they go to print and they print it fine, but then they go to cut it, and then the machine cuts all around the letters, each letter. So for instance here, if we had, let me unflatten this. If we didn't have, ungroup. If we had just simply, well, this is actually not a really good one to do because they've got to cut out this way. But is this one? Let's see. Ungroup. Okay. So let's say you took this one, you got this, or I'm having a hard time explaining how this works. But the bottom line is that if you had like some writing and it didn't have a backing to it, like for instance, this one here, if it were just the writing with no backing, your machine is going to cut out all around each of these letters. So a quick way to resolve this is to give it a background. So like here, it has a background. And so now when the machine goes to, once it's flattened, when the machine goes to cut, it's just going to cut around the shape. So I've seen some people like, why is it cutting out all of my letters? I don't want that. I want it just to be flattened and just cut out the entire thing. Well, you've got, like a space around it. You've got to think about how the machine is thinking about your flattened image, if that makes sense. Okay, so once you get all of these flattened, you have to consider size. So I'm going to show you, I'm just going to get rid of this one, I think, because, okay, here we go. All right. So these are, they look small on your screen, but when you go to print them, you're going to notice that they're really big. And I wanted stickers that were smaller that I could put on like notebooks or pieces of paper, or I even put my little guy here and a couple of them up here. I didn't want them really big. So when you go to make it, you're going to get to the presentation page or the preparation page, and you'll see that all of those guys that we have are taking up a lot of room. And in fact, we have 2 pages worth of stickers here. And to me, these are way too big. So what I have to do with that is I'm going to go back to my canvas, and I have to fix this one because I think that one was not flattened. Okay, flattened. Is this one flattened? Okay, yeah. So, to kind of put these in perspective, I wanted to cut them out sort of smaller, and so I sort of used a rule of thumb as 2 inches on the bigger of the size. So whether it's width or the height, I tried to keep them to 2 inches or less. So in this case, these are coming in at 3 inches. So all you'd have to do is go up here to the sizes and see which one is bigger, the width or the height, and then change this. In this case, it's height. So change it to 2 inches, and it might look small on your screen, but it will come out to be a good size sticker. And you may even want to go smaller, like to like 1.8 or 1.75. It really is up to you. But I want to show you when we move all of these to 2 inches, how many more stickers will fit. I know the cutie's really fun. They actually have another cutie, a cutie, what do you call it? Grouping, an image set of cuties that you can cut out or print, then cut. I'll show you where that is. So here we are. I'm just changing all the sizes on these and making them a little bit. He's at 3.7, so let's make him smaller. And if you wanted to, like if you wanted to print all of the same one, that's a little different than printing a whole bunch of them. So this one here, actually, I'm going to change the width to 2 inches. Okay, so here we go. I have all of these images, and this one I'm going to change ever so slightly. And now let's go to make it and see what happens. They all fit on the same page. Now, here's the thing about sticker paper and print then cut. It doesn't use the whole sheet. It uses almost the whole sheet. And depending on how many you have, you can, I'm going to change my project copies to 2 just to show you that this is the maximum that it goes. So you're going to have waste here and around here, because it will only cut out the stuff in between that box. Okay. So you can get around that by, if you just wanted a bunch of these Cricut cuties, say, yeah, there is a way around this, and we can talk about that, but probably at a later time, because there is a way to kind of trick the system. You're right, Maria. And but I want to just teach like the essentials for right now, because a lot of people don't, or they're afraid of print and cut. Right? So here's our cutie, and let's say I want to make, I don't know, 12 of them, or I want to make a sheet of him. I put in 123. How do you like that? Okay, so 12 actually doesn't take up the whole piece. Let's go to, I don't know, 15. Nope, we could still squish one more in there. So we can do 16. So now we can cut out 16 of our little cuties, and that's probably the maximum. If I added one more, it probably would tell me, yeah, it needed to go to a second page. So I think I'm going to just switch it to 16. And then I would hit continue. Now, this is where you run into this print then cut dialog box. So you get to the 3rd page and you see print, and you'll see a green box. Okay. So you're going to click on that green box, and it will show you this is what you want to print so that you can cut it out. Now, this should be connected to your printer, whether it's on Wi-Fi or if it's like a direct connection, but this is how you would do this with the print and cut. So this does not print from your Cricut. Okay, because some people are a little confused about that. It prints on your printer, and then you take the printout to your Cricut to cut out. So here I'm going to do 1 copy. You can change the copies if you want. And then this is bleed. Bleed means the area around the cutout. So I always keep that on, add bleed, because I want for my cutout to be only the color. But if you don't add bleed, you may end up with a white around it. If that's what you want, that's fine, and you can turn off add bleed. So I'm going to print it like this, and it's going to come on my my printer. It will take a few seconds to print out on my my cheapo my cheapo HP printer that's been very good to me. So I can't complain. So it's going to take a little bit, and then what we have to do is we take the price on the green cutie. I've not seen the green cutie for sale. I thought the green cutie was just for, I do have a green cutie actually, but he thought it was just for maybe people that work at Cricut are selling them. I don't know. So here's my sheet of stickers for my cutie, and you notice that I have it on a mat and it has this box around it, okay? How do you get the Cricut vinyl cutie? The Cricut vinyl cutie? The vinyl, Cricut vinyl cutie. Emma, I don't know what you're asking. Oh, you mean the actual cutie, like this thing? Like this thing? That's a cutie. Right now, cuties are not sold individually. So you have to either somehow get them through whatever, and they're not like, it's not like you can just go on the website and go, oh, I want the pink cutie or I want the gold cutie. They usually will take a cutie and put it inside of a mystery box, and unfortunately in the UK you can't get the mystery boxes, but I think that there must be something in the works because everybody loves cuties. Everybody loves the cuties, and right now people are selling them on the black market for some pretty crazy amount. So I would probably, for the UK, just have a little patience. I know it's hard to do, but sadly, that's how they are marketing those cuties right now, okay? Really, Dawn? So Dawn's saying she did a print then cut was the first thing. So, okay. So here is our paper print then cut. So we printed it out. It has a square all around it. I'm going to put it in the top left-hand corner right up here, and then I'm going to move you so you can see. I'm going to put it in my machine. Now, this is where I want to keep you here because I want to show you, you have to choose a base material. Now, what I have found is that the sticker paper selection, if you went to browse all materials and you went to material settings, which we kind of briefly touched on the other day, but you'll see that the sticker paper, wherever it is, sticker paper is cut at 85, and what it was cutting straight through to the back. When I do stickers, I want to have actually, like, I don't want to have to use them right away, and I don't want to lose them. I want them on this sheet. So what I played around with was trying it out with a different setting, although I could go in here and change the setting if I wanted to, but I tried it on washi sheet, but the washi sheet was still a little too much. So I'm going to change it and go back and choose washi sheet as my setting. So here we go. And I do have washi as, I think, or maybe it's not here. Nope, it's not here. So I have to go and select my washi sheet as one of my favorites. And you just type in W-A-S-H-I. That's how you spell washi. And here you go. Now, if I did this in printable vinyl, then I would have to choose like printable vinyl, obviously. And you did it in cardstock, you choose cardstock. But we're doing sticker paper, and I found that washi sheet works best on the. I found that the sticker paper works best on the washi sheet. So I'm going to choose that, and I'm going to take you over here so you can see what happens. So I have it in there. I'm going to hit my C. And I'm not sure if you can actually see this, but what the machine does is it has a sensor. It has a little light with the sensor, and it basically goes around the entire box, and it checks out what what those boxes are telling them as far as width. Now, if you have not done this before, you may want to calibrate your machine. I'm going to show you how to calibrate your machine once this gets done, so that you know if you have to calibrate. It's just like kind of like a printer process where they print something out on your printer, you put it on the mat, and then you run it through the machine, and it tells you or it asks you which is the closest to the cut, that sort of thing. It's a little time consuming, but once you calibrate, you shouldn't have to calibrate again. So unless you're moving your machine. So say you up and moved your craft studio to downstairs, then I would probably calibrate. But once you've calibrated once, you shouldn't have to calibrate a second time. Okay. So now what it's doing is, I would be surprised, April. Yeah, people do sell. I would be surprised, April. As I mentioned, my printer is old. It's like at least 3 or 4 years old. I got it on, I think it was like 2017 or something like that, Black Friday, and I just plugged it in, and it works really well. So the only prerequisite there is that they ask that you not have a laser printer. An inkjet is better. I don't know what the difference is there, but I know that laser printers are very expensive. So there's no way that I'm going to get a laser printer. So that's good for me. All right, so we're still cutting these out, and it's cutting all around. Hi, Vicky. It's cutting all around our little cuties, and pretty soon we'll have a whole sheet of green Cricut cuties. I suppose if you really wanted to, you could change the color of the cuties. So if you wanted to emulate the ones that are out there, like the pink or the cobalt blue, you could go back to that. Hi, Shirley. I use a Macintosh computer only because I used to use a Windows computer, but I ended up getting an iPhone, and then I ended up with a laptop, and I got the Apple. I don't know if they even call it a Macintosh, but it's not a MacBook. It's a Mac, I guess. And I didn't really know too much about Apple products until I started with their phones. And what I found is that once you have the iPhone, it makes integrating with other things such as a computer or laptop or all that so much easier. And so for me, and I think designers or the people at Cricut know that most people use Apple phones at least, and that's why they kind of program for that. I think they did a study on that. So, okay, so here is our sticker sheet of all the cuties, and I'm going to, I don't know if you can see this, but I don't have any nails, so I'm going to use my little weeding tool to sort of get that sheet started because of the sticker. Okay, here we go. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift off the excess like this. And it's a little bit like weeding vinyl, isn't it? So it's sort of the same thing, although not nearly as sticky as weeding vinyl. But then if this doesn't take off all of those pieces, like it's not doing this here, then you just go back and peel them off. And then you have your own stickers. Now, this would work really good if you wanted to do stickers of, say, your favorite dog. If you wanted to do like your kids and put it on something, and so there's a lot of applications. Photos would work really well with this. And actually, come Christmas time, I'll show you how to take a photo and put it inside of an ornament that it looks like it's floating. So we'll do that come closer to Christmas time. But these are just regular stickers. They're to peel them off. Again, I have no nails, but there we go. And we now have, and I don't know, maybe we're all too old for stickers, but but I know the younger kids love them, and they're just such, I don't know, I've always loved stickers. So for me, having these stickers are just really cute, and they're just great in planners or on the back of an envelope or whatever you want to do. Now, these stickers I don't think would be waterproof. So I recently did one that was a political one, which I'm not going to show you, but and I sent them to some people of mine, and they thought it was the same as a decal. And I had to tell them, no, this is a sticker, so it's made with paper, so it won't work on your car. Okay. But I love stickers, and I'm glad to hear that other people still like them too. They just make me feel young. Anyway, let's just get back to calibrating, because I want to just show you that. Now, up here on the left-hand side where there's that 3-stripe thing, this is where you would go to look at your profile, do a lot of things, including calibrating your machine. So if, for instance, you wanted to set up a new machine, this is where you do it. You could calibrate your machine for print and cut, and you can update firmware here, link cartridges, check out your Cricut Access account, all of these things here, and also even sign out. So we're going to choose calibration, and what they want to know in this case, because I have a maker, they want to know, do we want to do calibration on the rotary blade, the knife blade, or the print and cut? And this is where we would choose print and cut. And what would happen is when we chose that, we would choose the printer that we want to print from. In this case, I'm going to choose the HP Envy, and then I hit print, and it's going to print off of my printer a sheet of paper. And just so happens I have sticker paper in there, but whatever. Yeah, laptops are a great place for stickers, I think, but just not outdoors, or they'll just fall off eventually. I don't know if they'd run so much as they're made out of paper, so they would just peel off. So, okay, when you do the calibration, and this is done on sticker paper. Not that it matters, but it's what I had in my printer. But you're going to put this on to a mat right here, and you're going to run it through your machine, and then what it's going to do is it's going to cut vertically, horizontally. So it's going to do here vertically and here horizontally, and then it's going to come back and do this square. And then what you're going to do is you take it out, and the machine, the Design Space, will ask you a series of questions. So they'll ask you what number best hit that line. So for instance, it will do the lines all on here, and they want to see where the line is closest, where the cut line is closest to that print line. And they do the same for the right-hand side, and then also with the square. So if you get to a place where you're doing the calibration and it's not working, and they will continue to work with you to make sure that they have got the calibration right. Now, I've only seen a few times when people are having a lot of problems with calibration. I've been able to resolve mine with doing this calibration thing. And if you haven't done it, do it just so you don't forget. Even if you don't have any plans right now to do a whole bunch of print and cut, it's a really good thing to have ready. So when you are ready to do print and cut. Now, print and cut can be done on cardstock and all kinds of, other things, cardstock, but it has to be white or light colored because you need the maker or the machine needs to be able to see the squares around the print and cut item. I have a couple of print and cut vintage Halloween and Thanksgiving cards that I do, and I got images from the internet. I'm going to show you how to do that next week. They're just like these adorable vintage. I wish I had one around here. I did used to have. Wait, let me just check. Oh, here they are. So these adorable images that I printed on my printer and turned into cards. And I just thought, oh, aren't they so adorable? So, so there you go. There's other applications for print and cut. Now it's telling me to take, without unloading my mat, I have to look, and does the cut line touch the printed line all the way around for the square? And in this case, yes, it does. So I'm going to choose yes. And then it's going to continue. And now it's going to do the calibration on the top and on the side. Okay. So that's what calibration is, and why it's important, because sometimes when you're cutting something very small, it doesn't cut all the way correctly around your image, okay? And that is today's lesson, print and cut lesson. Sorry to go rambling on, but I thought that you would like to know, and unfortunately this is going through the calibration, so I can't show you. But if you go to image sets and you just type in Cricut, the word Cricut, you will see the image set for all of the little Cricut cuties, and you can cut them out in whatever, or you can do print and cut for them as well. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you again, hopefully on Saturday night. And we're going to be doing a grouping of only Design Space cards that are for the holiday. And we're just going to sort of jump off on that, okay? And we won't get to all of them, but we'll at least get to, like a Robin Bob, an Anna Griffin, a Leah Griffith, and, some of the other things, so you can see the amount of images that are out there for you to cut for holiday cards. So there you go. Thanks, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again tomorrow night. Take care. Thanks for all the hearts. I love it.